Icing. Icing can occur at all height in the cloud, with temperatures of 0 degrees Celsius to minus 40 degrees Celsius. The most severe carburetor icing can occur at temperatures between minus 2 to as warm as plus 15 degrees Celsius. Hail can be present at any height in the cloud and is associated with CBs. Clear glaze ice is where large supercooled water droplets have frozen relatively slowly. It forms in CB, nimbostratus and CU clouds. Rime ice is small supercooled water droplets that are frozen instantaneously on impact. They deposit as a white milky texture or appearance. Rain ice is supercooled rain falling from an inversion into air which is below 0 degrees Celsius. Rain ice does not freeze immediately, causing a flow back over the control surfaces, creating a clear ice. Hoarfrost is a white crystal deposit, similar to the frost on the ground. Cold aircraft descending into warm moist air outside of cloud is when it can happen. This results in water vapour turning directly into ice crystals on the aircraft surface. Carburetor icing. Carburetor icing can occur at temperatures between minus 10 degrees Celsius to plus 30 degrees Celsius. However, it's most severe between minus 2 degrees to plus 15 degrees Celsius. Icing in clouds. In CUCBs, the danger or risk of icing is severe. In nimbostratus, it's moderate to severe. In stratocumulus, light to moderate. In stratus, it's light. And in the high clouds, cirrus, cirrostratus and cirrocumulus. And in the high clouds, cirrus, cirrostratus and cirrocumulus, the danger of icing is extremely unlikely. Freezing rain. This is a tethiogram, a temperature pressure chart. Temperature on the bottom axis and pressure or altitude height on the vertical axis. You can see that the surface temperature of approximately slightly under 0 degrees Celsius decreases with altitude and then warms to positive temperatures and then starts cooling again above 1 kilometer height. In other words, the tethiogram graph intersects the 0 degree isotherm twice. When this happens, there's a risk of freezing rain. Wing shape and icing. A thin wing deflects less air and is more prone to icing. A thick wing deflects more air and is prone to less icing. Icing forecasts. Severe icing has the shape kind of like a cat's paw with 3 claws coming out of it. Moderate icing has 2 claws and light icing just has 1. The closer the temperature is to 0 degrees Celsius, the greater the risk of icing. ICAO Doc All the Fours icing classification. Trace means ice is perceptible. It's there. Light. The rate of accumulation might create a hazard with flights over 1 hour. Your anti-icing system can cope. Moderate. The rate of accumulation is great. Consider a diversion. Severe. The anti-icers can't cope. You need to immediately divert. The full version of the ICAO Doc All the Fours icing classification is: trace, ice becomes perceptible. The rate of accumulation is slightly greater than the rate of sublimation. It is not hazardous even though de-icing anti-icing equipment is not utilised unless encountered for an extended period of time, over 1 hour. Light. The rate of accumulation may create a flight if the flight is prolonged in this environment over 1 hour. Occasional use of de-icing anti-icing equipment removes or prevents accumulation. It does not present a problem if the de-icing anti-icing equipment is used. Moderate. The rate of accumulation is such that even short encounters become potentially hazardous, and the use of de-icing anti-icing equipment or flight diversion is necessary. Severe. The rate of accumulation is such that de-icing anti-icing equipment fails to reduce or control the hazard. Immediate flight diversion is necessary. Icing in cloud. Icing in cloud, the severity of it, depends really on the size of the supercooled water droplets, and this will depend upon whether clouds are heaped or layered, and also upon the cloud-based temperatures. So, for example, between 0 and minus 20 degrees Celsius, for a heap cloud, you might expect large supercooled water droplets and moderate to severe icing of the clear type. Between 0 to minus 10 degrees Celsius for layered clouds and stratocumulus, there's small supercooled water droplets. These freeze quickly. The severity of icing is light to moderate, and the icing type is rime. Layered cloud at temperatures minus 10 to minus 45 degrees Celsius will have very small supercooled water droplets. The severity of icing will be light, and again it will be rime. For the heap clouds between minus 20 to minus 45 degrees Celsius, you will now have small supercooled water droplets, and again rime icing. Cirro or high clouds will have ice crystals in them, so the water's already frozen, so there won't be any icing. Outside of cloud with a cold airframe, you can get a hoarfrost.